Hello, for our English reading assignment for Monday, April 20th, please start by doing our vocab 3 times each, our definitions, which you can use our prepare to read worksheet, and write in the definitions on the line. Also, please write your own sentence using each word correctly in the sentence. When you are finished with those, you will possibly, to help you, read the comprehension questions first and then read the story. If you choose to read the story and then the comprehension questions, that is also fine. I will not be highlighting because I will have the big book today. I will begin the story called Here, There, and Beyond by Glenn Phelan. Comparative science article. A science article is expository nonfiction that gives information about the natural world. Nonfiction is real. Science writers often compare and contrast information about a topic. Thinking about how things are alike and how they are different can help readers better understand and remember the information. So on page 248 to 249, here is our beginning. We're going to learn about the solar system and some planets. We will begin on page 250. You probably know about your neighborhood well. You know where your school is, you know how to get to the park, you know about some nearby stores. But how well do you know Earth's neighborhood? You can think of Earth's neighborhood as the objects in our solar system. These objects include planets. A planet is a large object that moves around the world. Possibly an important fact. If you have highlighting, you can keep that there. There are 8 planets in our solar system. Scientists put these planets into groups. The 4 planets closest to the sun make up one group. Planets closest to our sun, the 4 planets closest to the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. These planets have a lot in common. They are mostly made up of rock and metal, so they all have hard, uneven surfaces, which you can see in the picture here. Because of their content, the planets closest to the sun have high densities. This means that these planets are made up of condensed or tightly packed materials, so they also share the qualities of having slow rotation and solid surfaces. The rocky planets closest to the sun are also alike in other ways. They are small compared to most of the other planets in our solar system. These planets also do not have many moons or objects that rotate or move around a planet. Page 281. On the other hand, each planet is also different from the other planets in its group. For example, each of the 4 rocky planets has a different kind of atmosphere. An atmosphere is a blanket of gas that covers a planet. Different gases trap different amounts of heat from the sun, which means each planet has a different temperature. For example, Venus is the hottest planet because it has a thick and heavy atmosphere covered with clouds. The clouds let in energy from the sun, and this makes Venus's surface temperature hotter than most ovens. It's pretty hot. The rocky planets have many other differences. They are different sizes, and they also have different features on their surface. In addition, Earth and Mars spin at about the same rate, 1 rotation every 24 hours. But Mercury and Venus both take months to rotate just once. If you are interested because you are online at ngconnect.com, you may take time to look at the fun facts down here about surface rings, moon size, planet life, temperature, and locations. And just take note that some of the definitions are on the bottom of the page if you are confused. We will turn to page 252. Planets farthest from our sun. The next 4 planets are Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. These planets are huge. Unlike the planets closest to the sun, these planets are not mainly composed of rock or other solid matter. Their atmosphere are mostly made of gases. So many scientists call these planets gas giants. Gas giants have many moons and rings. Their rings are made up of dust and rocks. Some gas giants have rings that are hard to see, while others, such as Saturn, have rings that are easy to see from Earth. Although the gas giants are alike in many ways, each planet is also different. Each gas giant has different features. Some of the gas giants have storms on their surface. For example, the orange-red oval on Jupiter is a storm. The storm has lasted more than 300 years. Gas giants can also move through space in different ways. For example, Uranus spins differently than other planets. It spins on its side, moving like a rolling ball instead of a spinning top. Interesting. You may also read through rings, atmosphere, movement, moon sizes, rings, storms, colors, temperature, and size on that page. Very nice illustrated picture in color on page 253. You can take some time and look at those. And then we will turn to 254. Asteroids and meteoroids. Earth has other neighbors in our solar system. Asteroids are chunks of rock and metal. Like planets, asteroids move around our sun, and most are found between Mars and Jupiter. Some asteroids are as small as a house, while others are as big as a city. One asteroid is the size of Texas, pretty big. Meteoroids are chunks of debris, like garbage in space. They are smaller than asteroids, and some meteoroids are even smaller than an ant. Still, others are as big as a bus. Sometimes a meteoroid falls towards a planet. A meteoroid that hits a planet is called a meteorite. A meteoroid that hits a planet is called a meteorite. Apparently one crashed right there. We have icy objects that we're going to read about in dwarf planets on 255. Icy objects, ice objects, dwarf planets, and comets. Pluto used to be considered the 9th planet in our solar system, but this has changed. Scientists have decided that Pluto is not a planet because it's too small. Pluto is now called a dwarf planet. Pluto is not rocky like Earth, and it is not made of gas like Saturn. Pluto has a small, rocky center that is covered with ice. It is like a giant snowball in space. Pluto is farther from the sun than Neptune. It takes Pluto more than 248 years to travel around the sun, once around the sun. Pluto is not the only ice object that moves around the sun. Comets do too. Comets are large chunks of ice, gas, dust, and rock. Comets are found far from the sun most of the time. When a comet gets close to the sun, the ice on the surface becomes gas. The gas forms an atmosphere called a coma around around the comet. Some of the gas is pushed from the comet to space, and this gas forms the tail of the comet. We may turn our page to 256, the last page. Human and non-human observations. How do we know about objects in our solar system? Scientists use special tools to study them. One tool is the telescope. A telescope makes faraway objects look closer. The telescopes show detailed images of planets and other objects from space. Most telescopes are on Earth. However, some telescopes are out in space. Space telescopes are large and can reveal important discoveries, such as the collapse of a comet. Spacecraft also help scientists learn about our solar system. Some spacecraft allow scientists to fly into space. These spacecraft let people study the solar system from space. Other spacecrafts do not have people on board. They are called probes. Probes take pictures, make measurements, and then send the information back to Earth. Spacecraft help us learn more about our neighbors in space. Thank you for listening. Please do your questions 1 through 18 on your comprehension page for this story, Here, There, and Beyond. If you'd like to follow it up with a Magic School Bus video, Bill Nye, Khan Academy, find something on the planets. If you'd like to let me know what you watched, you can email me, and please send me your answers via email or picture text so I can give you credit. Thank you guys for listening.